Today, I will be leading you through an A Course in Miracles inspired meditation. I invite you to take this time for you to really slow down and turn within, to give yourself an opportunity to truly receive what these teachings point to for you. So if you're ready to receive today, just allow yourself to find a comfortable position. Perhaps you're lying down or seated. And as you allow yourself to breathe deeply, I'm going to slowly go through the first review of A Course in Miracles. So there's nothing you need to do except rest and relax and be still. Review Lesson 51. Nothing I see means anything. The reason this is so is that I see nothing, and nothing has no meaning. It is necessary that I recognize this, that I may learn to see. What I think I see now is taking the place of vision. I must let it go by realizing that it has no meaning, so that vision can take its place. Nothing I see means anything. What I think I see with my physical eyes is not sight at all. When I learn that this sight is meaningless, the vision of truth, the vision of love, can rise in its place. Therefore, I commit myself to letting my thoughts go, knowing that nothing I see means anything, and my peace can come through this realization. Nothing I see means anything. I have given what I see all the meaning it has for me. I have judged everything I look upon, and it is this and only this that I see. This is not vision. It is merely an illusion of reality, because my judgments have been made quite apart from reality. I am willing to recognize the lack of validity in my judgments because I want to see. My judgments have hurt me, and I do not want to see according to them. I have given what I see all the meaning it has for me. I have given what I see all the meaning because I have judged the meaning according to what I've been taught. I've been taught what to think from the world, and I've taken this judgment as my own. this judgment causes me pain. It hurts me when I judge myself or I judge others. From this moment onward, I refuse to believe in these judgments in my own mind. I do not want to see according to them. And therefore, I lay these judgments down, remembering that I have given what I see all the meaning it has for me. And I don't want to define meaning anymore, because I want to see. There is peace in seeing truly. I have given what I see all the meaning it has for me. I do not understand anything I see. How could I understand what I see when I have judged it amiss? What I see is the projection of my own errors of thought. I do not understand what I see because it is not understandable. There is no sense in trying to understand it, but there is every reason to let it go, to make room for what can be seen and understood and loved. I can exchange what I see now for this merely by being willing to do so. Is not this a better choice than the one I made before? I do not understand anything I see, and that is because I judged, and that judgment I projected onto the world. The world reflects to me the judgments that have been projected from my own mind, and therefore I do not understand these projections. I do not understand anything I see. I will not try to understand it, because there is no understanding when I look outside in. Today, I'm going to look inside out and look with a vision that can truly see, truly understand, and truly love. I can exchange what I see now for this, and I'm willing to do so now. There is no greater choice than to choose true vision in place of my own sight. And so I choose now, knowing that I do not understand anything I see. These thoughts do not mean anything. The thoughts of which I am aware do not mean anything, because I am trying to think without God. What I call my thoughts are not my real thoughts. My real thoughts are the thoughts I think with God. I am not aware of them because I have made my thoughts to take their place. I am willing to recognize that my thoughts do not mean anything and to let them go. I choose to have them be replaced by what they were intended to replace. My thoughts are meaningless, but all creation lies in the thoughts I think with God. These thoughts do not mean anything. And that is because these thoughts are the thoughts I've accumulated from the world. These are not the thoughts that I think with God. These thoughts are my thoughts, but are not my real thoughts. Therefore, I can choose to let go of my thoughts that I chose that were meant to replace my true thoughts that I share with God. Today, I am willing to recognize that my thoughts do not mean anything, and so I let them go. I let my thoughts go so that I can have the thoughts that I think with God replace my own separate thoughts. This is how I let love that does not change replace the fear in my mind. I ask to let this happen now, knowing that these thoughts do not mean anything, but the thoughts I think with God are everything and mean everything. So these thoughts do not mean anything. I am never upset for the reason I think. I am never upset for the reason I think because I am constantly trying to justify my thoughts. I am constantly trying to make them true. I make all things my enemies so that my anger is justified and my attacks are warranted. I have not realized how much I have misused everything I see by assigning this role to it. I have done this to defend a thought system which has hurt me and which I no longer want. I am willing to let it go. I am never upset for the reason I think, because what I think is not true and doesn't mean anything. Upset and anger tries to justify my thoughts so that I am right. But if I am right, then God's thoughts can't be right. So only one is true. Therefore, if I am never upset for the reason I think, there is a different reason that I am upset. And it is only getting in touch with God's voice that I can learn what that is. And so I don't try to understand. I don't try to change it. I don't judge the situation. I don't judge myself or the other or what's happening. Instead, I remember that I'm never upset for the reason I think. So I am willing to let what I think about this go. When I let go of thinking that I am right about my upset, then God's thoughts, God's voice, and His love can be right. And when He is right, I am taught rightly, I can think correctly, and I can be at peace. So in this moment now, I am willing to let it go because I am never upset for the reason I think, and I'm so grateful that it is so. You will now find that these whole and holy thoughts sink deeply into your subconscious mind and are made one with your own true thinking. You find it easier and easier for you to call upon these thoughts in a time of need. To remember that nothing I see means anything. I have given what I see all the meaning it has for me. I do not understand anything I see. These thoughts do not mean anything. And I am never upset for the reason I think. We realize how important these thoughts are for our mind training. And so we practice applying them throughout the day, taking time to pause, to contemplate them, to listen to them, to let them work in our minds. Knowing that when we allow our own thinking, our own ego to step aside and to not mean anything, then the thoughts of God can rise in that space. Knowing that the thoughts of God are all meaning, are all love, are all beauty, are all calm and peace. And this is what we are wholly worthy of receiving. And so in this moment now, you are willing to let go of all of your thoughts that mean nothing, that you may accept your true thoughts that you think with God that mean everything.